Ito ang DWWD 1134 kHz. Balita, impormasyon at musika. AM at FM pinagsama. Ito ang Katropa Radio. Iba tayo.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa 1134 kHz. DWDD Katropa Radio. Iba tayo. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
Ito ang DWWD 1134 kHz. Katropa Radio. Iba tayo.
Minsa'y wala naman pero papasok pa. Kahit anong mangyari ay tuloy-tuloy ka lang. Basta't kami mayroong natututunan. Minsan ay kay saya ng iyong pagtuturo. Minsa'y nakakatakot pag mainit ang ulo. Ngunit kahit ano pa ang ugali mo, basta't kami tiyak na natututo. O guro ko, ang iyong tungkulin ay bigawang biro. Ngunit ako'y bilib sa'yo. Dahil sa'yo, di ko'y tumatalino. Minsan sa klase mo ako'y nababagot. Dahil kay daming sermon ang inaabot. Ngunit nalaman ko kaya pala ganon. Ika'y pangalawang magulang ko. O guro ko, o guro ko, ang iyong tungkulin ay bigawang biro. Ngunit ako'y bilib sa'yo. Dahil sa'yo, di ko'y tumatalino. Ang aral mong dulot sa'kin, puhunan ko sa pagdating ng hamon ng bukas. Aking mararating. O guro ko, ang iyong tungkulin ay bigawang biro. Ngunit ako'y bilib sa'yo. Dahil sa'yo, di ko'y tumatalino. O guro ko, dahil sa'yo, di ko'y tumatalino.
Good afternoon to all of our listeners here at DWWD Katropa Radio. You are listening to your favorite Sunday afternoon habit, The Voice of the Teachers, the only radio program for teachers, by teachers, and with teachers. Sitting in for Dr. Ray Samson, this is your host, Bobby Ancheta, and together with me is the ever-beautiful Mrs. Universe, Joy Castillo Pasidis.
Good afternoon, Katropang Bobby. And of course, we have a wonderful afternoon, today. And we're actually lucky to have our guest.
Yes, we're very lucky to have 3 segments this afternoon.
Yes.
We would also like to welcome, andito na si Katropang Portia, who also has a
Exactly.
guest this afternoon. And we are also expecting Miss Janice, yung bago nating segment host, who will be taking over School Leaders in Action. So, kumusta ka, Miss Joy?
Magaling na after last month na nawalan ng boses.
That's good to know. Yun nga, very important yung wellness.
Exactly, kasi we have to have balance of our mind, body, and spirit to achieve complete, like a wellness and then sabi nga nila good health.
I agree. As we have said, July is the nutrition month, and when we also talk about nutrition, that means we should be taking care of our health. And when we talk about health, we do not only talk about our physical well-being, but also our emotional, and
Tsaka
mental well-being.
Exactly, tsaka kasama dyan yung medyo hot topic, for the past few months. Actually, medyo almost a year na ngayon, that people are becoming aware of the mental health issues.
That's correct.
Especially sa mga mommies, after giving birth, they say yung hormones na nagda-drop. They are actually prone of that, of course, taking care of one soul na bago, maliit, fragile. So I think, it's about time na, kaya pinag-uusapan natin to sa ating programa.
So this afternoon, we have the following segments. Of course, yung segment ni Miss Joy, which is University Extra Extra, the segment that focuses on co-curricular and extracurricular activities in school. We also have the segment of Miss Portia, which is teaching stamps. And as we have said, stamps stands for strategies, techniques, approaches, methods and methodologies, principles and philosophies, and of course, styles. We also have with us Miss Janice, who will be debuting her segment this afternoon, and she is going to be taking charge of School Leaders in Action.
So isa yung bagong segment na dapat abangan ng ating mga
Yes. Although this
makikinig.
is a segment that has already previously aired, but she is taking charge of it starting this month.
Yes.
Okay. Now, we're very lucky to have with us somebody who is very well certified,
Exactly.
very credible, we would say, to talk about wellness, well-being, yun.
Actually, teacher, pag ko mamaya, kasi yung guest natin for today is a former monk.
Okay.
Diba? Who's this parang
Nako.
famous na nagbibigay ng mga magagandang advice on YouTube? There is I think Jay rin yung name niya.
I have forgotten, but when you mentioned about monk, I would just like to remind everybody to be very aware. Merong mga fake monks na gumagala sa BGC at sa Makati.
So that means it's not a monk, it's a monkey.
Actually, Miss Joy, I fell victim to it. This was a couple of
Oh.
Sundays ago. This, I think, was third Sunday of last month.
Yeah.
I went to Makati. I went to Green Glorieta together with Teacher Herman after our show. And then I was hurrying to go to a client of mine in Santa Rosa. But when I was about to leave to go to the bus, kasi merong P2P there,
Yes.
point-to-point na bus going to Santa Rosa, somebody na bald-headed, na naka-orange na yung, I don't know how you call it,
How do you
sutana ba
call
yun?
that?
Basta yung guard niya, orange guard, na usually ginagamit ng mga monks, Buddhist monks.
Yes.
And then he was pretending like he does not speak the language, and he was making sign languages to me. And then he gave me yung beads niya. Yung beads
parang-
niya. And then he also gave me yung kwintas niya na beads. But after that one, parang nakamala na ako. Sabi ko, okay, so how much? And then he said, 3,000.
What?
I said, no. No, I had to return everything to him. And then sabi niya, okay, eto na lang daw. So nag-sign na naman siya na yung sa bracelet na lang daw, the
Yeah.
beads. Sabi niya, okay, so how much is this? He was making the signs na parang binabless daw niya ako. And then he said, sige, 300 na lang. Just to be able to be done with the conversation because I needed to go to the bus. I didn't have change. So I said, I have 1,000 here. So I was expecting him to give me back the 700. He only gave me 600. I said, okay, where's the 100? Sabi niya, oh, no food. Gumagano sa sign. So, and then I posted it on my Facebook wall. And a former student of mine said, sir, didn't you know this scam has been going on for how many years already? And these fake monks are scamming the people within BGC and
Yeah.
also Makati. But the guest whom we have right now
is a legit.
not a fake monk.
Exactly.
Former, pero
former monk.
he was really a monk. Okay,
Exactly.
so take it away, Ms. Joy.
Actually, for our topic for today, which is the four dimension of holistic wellness, its relevance and sustenance, we are actually blessed and at the same time lucky to have him. I will not, introduce him further na sobrang dami because I know that all of our listeners right now are excited already kasi they wanted to know ano ba mapupulot natin for today's, topic.
Yes.
Let us all welcome our katropang Jay Harlione Bataan.
Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat, sa ating mga nanonood at mga nakikinig sa kanilang mga tahanan.
Katropang Jay, it says here that you're actually a soul worker.
Yes.
And most of our listeners probably are not even aware na mayroon bang ganun na parang title or a certain description in terms of work or profession. What is soul worker all about?
And how do you differentiate that one from a spiritual worker?
Okay. A soul worker is a person who assists another person in terms of finding meaning, purpose, joy in life, and this person works on the inner well-being of or for another person. It's an all-embracing word or term, soul worker. Ito ay nakalakip ang kabuuan ng isang tao. At which I would like to connect later sa topic natin na 4 dimensions of wellness.
When you say 4 dimensions of wellness, Katropang J, what is it all about? What is the difference of one dimension to the other dimension?
Okay. Commonly, when we talk about wellness, other people would like to take it only referring to the physical. Ano yung mga bodily needs, diet, health supplements, exercise, yoga. Yun ang common understanding sa lahat. But there are other 3 dimensions which are equally important. And they are the spiritual dimension. We need to be spiritually healthy. Meron tayong tinatawag na mental dimension, yung ating pag-iisip, mental programming, core beliefs, okay, that contribute a lot to our health. Another is the emotional dimension, yung mga damdamin natin, mga emosyon, paano natin hinahandle, minamanage ang ating emotions na nakakaapekto din ng ating pangkalusugan. At ang pinakamababa ay ang physical. Whatever is happening within the 3 spiritual, mental, emotional, manifest in the body.
Okay.
So regarding this 4 dimension, no, Katropang J, what is the importance of knowing it and sustenance of that 4 dimension that you were talking about in our fast and modern world? Especially right now, we're in technologies, bombarding each and every one of us, including the young ones. Parang wala na siyang age na pinipila. Lahat na lang, pati mga bata, may daldalang gadgets. So what do you think is the importance and, relevance of this topic that we are discussing for today?
To know about or to discover how can we employ holistically and taking care of our own well-being, the 4 dimensions holds a very important place. Why? Because hindi lang katawan ang inaalagaan natin sa pamamagitan ng pagkain at ehersisyo, kailangang malaman ng karamihan ng kabataan, ng mga matatanda, or any adult, na pangangalagaan din natin ang ating espiritualidad, ang ating pag-iisip, at ang ating mga damdamin.
Katrabang J, like for example, no, right now, in terms of, di ba sa ibang countries like Japan and China, they have like this Tai Chi, like practices.
Yeah.
Do you think it will be easy for our teachers right now, happens to be listening at the moment, for them to be able to inculcate such practice in schools, for examples, and if possible, ano-ano yung mga possible na practices that they can actually share?
Marami tayong mga paraan. There are a lot of modalities out there that we can employ to the students, to the teachers, so that these modalities can help manage their everyday stress. One of which is, I would like to give an example maybe later on how to manage the 5 negative emotions based on our body. Minsan, ang gamot lang talaga ng ating pangangailangan ay nandito lang matatagpuan sa ating katawan. Hindi natin kailangang uminom kaagad ng mga gamot o mag-take ng mga supplements. Nandito agad yan, available sa atin. Hindi lang tayo marunong at walang nagturo.
So, when you say ano yung mga gamot na yun, Kuya Jay?
Okay. Since yun ang pinag-uusapan natin, no? Pupunta tayo ngayon sa, okay, I want this to be in a hierarchical
Exactly.
Order. First, we will start on the spiritual aspect of the holistic wellness. The spiritual aspect or the spiritual dimension of wellness refers to, of course, spiritual things. Pag sinabi natin spiritual or spirituality, ang kaagad na images na pumapasok sa isipan ng isang tao ay God, pagdarasal,
Since we are actually
matters of religion,
Exactly.
matters of your religious practices. Yan lang po ay isang, hindi po yan exclusive dyan sa matters of religion and faith. Spirituality or spiritual dimension refers to yourself, the totality of who you are. Okay? Which includes finding meaning and purpose in life.
Yes.
Sense of happiness. Okay. Itatanong ko, sa buhay ninyo ngayon, nararamdaman nyo ba na happy kayo?
Oy,
May
mahirap na
meaning ba?
sagot yan.
May
Mahirap
meaning ba
sagutin.
at purpose ang buhay mo ngayon? Para kanino ka gumigising araw-araw?
Yes. You know what, teacher?
Advertisement ata yan.
Katropang Bobby, I really love that. Even in my trainings and, coaching session, I always ask my students, kanino at para saan kayo gumigising sa umaga?
And that aspect is very, very spiritual.
And that also brings us to what we were discussing last month, which is mindfulness.
Exactly also.
Yung sinasabi natin para ano or bakit tayo gumigising, para ano tong ginagawa natin, and then how do we appreciate the things that are in our presence.
It's like going back to your core, yung inner core mo, I think. So, kasi parang kapag imbalance ka, dun pumapasok yung mga sakit eh. Tama?
Yes.
Saka, if you do not know where your anchor is or where you are anchored, you will just be like be a dry leaf being blown by the wind na kahit saan ka papupunta, wala kang direction.
Oo,
Or-
actually.
Isa kang barko, bangka, na wala kang
Inaalon-alon lang sa
wala kang
dagat.
destination. Wala kang proper destination. So, we all the time ask, why are we doing this? For
Exactly.
what is the value of this? Saan tayo patutungo?
Imagine mo isang aspeto pa lang to. Hihintayin
Yes,
natin
aspeto
ngayon
pa lang
yung
yan.
ano.
Yes.
At matatagpuan mo yung anchor mo through cultivating spiritual practices. Okay. Marami tayong paraan ng spiritual practices. Another very important aspect of the spiritual dimension of wellness is that the recognition of a higher power na ginawa mo ng lahat sa buhay mo pero darating ka sa dulo ng buhay mo na parang everything seems not working anymore. And the only thing that brings you there is or that makes you survive is faith.
Exactly. Oo nga naman. Oo.
Mga intangible yun.
Mhm.
Those also are very important aspects of the spiritual dimension of wellness.
Mhm.
No? Yung pag-asa, yung sense of hope,
Mhm.
yun. Okay, so we go now to the
Yeah.
an
To the
example,
second
no?
one, yeah.
Example lang ng ano muna tayo sa spiritual. Example lang ng spiritual practices. Yung sinabi niyo po kanina, mindfulness. Kung meron tayong habit to practice quieting and silence,
Which is so hard to do right now.
yeah, magkaroon tayo ng espasyo. Espasyo sa buhay natin sa isang buong linggo na manahimik. Maski 5 minutes lang every day.
And when you say silent, di ba, katropang Jay, that means being still. As in, hindi humahawak ng gadget. As in,
Walang
talagang-
gadget, hindi nagbabasa, hindi
Exactly.
nakikinig, hindi maski music, wala. Just be silent. Communing with the self, focusing on to your breath. Yan lang.
Meditation can be one form of doing so.
I'm referring now to the meditation.
Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
So meditation is a good practice of quieting and silencing the mind, the inner chatter, toxic thoughts.
So how do you do that?
Okay,
Oo nga.
ito ang ibabahagi ko sa ating mga listeners and viewers ngayong araw na ito, no? Maski find 5 minutes a day, maybe you can find time within the day, like some do it after waking up, 5 minutes, no, before going to shower. 5 minutes, stillness. No, huwag kang magmadaling bumangon sa bed mo. Sit quietly in one corner of your bed. You don't even have to close your eyes. Just focus your attention on your breathing, on your breath for 5 minutes lang. Okay? And that is enough. Ngayon, kapag nagsa-silent tayo, yung mind naman, nagma-monkey mind ang tawag doon. The mind is jumping from one thought to another. Yung mga advanced na yung mga inisip yung gagawin ko mamaya, yung ginawa ko kahapon, etc. Memories, even sensations, come to the surface of our awareness. Ang gagawin natin, padaanin lang ang mga ito. Recognize them. Now, mayroon akong thoughts. But you don't have to engage with your thoughts. You do not have to agree or disagree with them. No judgment at all. Then, by doing so in the process, you become the observer of your thoughts. Just a witness. Okay? So, merong certain form of detachment. Hindi ka dinadala ng mga thoughts mo. You are not your thoughts. You are more than that.
But let's go back to that one. What is the reason why we need to do meditation? To cleanse our minds? And what would be its benefits? What would be its effects afterwards?
Maraming effects ang meditation. First and foremost, meditation is a way of transforming the mind. Okay? Discipline, mental discipline. One of the benefits, you can read a lot of this on Google. You can Google. One of which is stress reduction, no? Anxiety relief. Some also said na it mitigates depression, and it adds zest to your life, yung sense of purpose, joy, and meaning.
Joy.
And then you
Kaya
become
may
less
ako.
reactive. Pinaka-importante, you become less reactive to the events in your life.
Yung mga impulsive, like reactions.
Yes. And somehow it makes you ask yourself, why are you doing these things? Do you really, maganda yung sinabi ni Katropan Jane na you ask yourself, what is the purpose of doing something?
Exactly.
It allows you to reflect, and by reflecting, you're able to become more conscious and
Grateful
purposeful.
also. Grateful.
Purposeful of what you do, because sometimes meron tayong mga ginagawang toxic, and it's only later on that we realize that it's actually going to build toxicity within our system. I'll give an example, and this is something which I shared to my friends yesterday. I'm hoping that my friends Lorena and Chokay, si Vida, are listening to us right now, because these were also the things that we were discussing when we were together last night. Nakipag-away ako on YouTube. Yun nga yung mga keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
Somehow, sometimes you become like that na yung impulsiveness natin, meron tayong nakitang, let's say, isang video na hindi natin nagustuhan. And so, we make comments as well.
Yeah.
Yung linagay ko pa doon is that, over naman to, sobrang OA. And then, merong nag-reply.
Normally.
At pinatulan ko na naman. So, parang ako pa, inaantay ko kung kailan magre-reply na naman yun dahil gagatungan ko na naman. But later on, I realized, God, that was so childish.
Yeah.
Although, to a certain extent, parang nasabi ko na rin, being a teacher, well, sometimes we also need to provide feedback if we want the other person to also improve the quality of their videos.
Exactly.
So that they will be able to avoid those which we believe the masses or the audience would not like.
Yeah.
So they can improve on it. But maybe the manner of delivery was wrong.
Because of the way
yun
you
nga.
said the
Yes.
things.
So yun rin, maybe if
You have triggered something that is not supposed to be
yes,
there.
and maybe if I was more in control with my impulses,
Exactly.
I could have very much better approached the situation.
The way, you
Yes.
communicate to the
Instead
outside world.
of building animosity between somebody who was also anonymous, because I didn't know
Exactly.
who the person is. Yes.
Yeah.
Back
So,
to you.
yes, so meditation can help that. Meron tayong term na sa meditation world, meron tayong term niyan, delusive thoughts or delusions. Yung akala mo totoo, hindi totoo yun.
And maraming victims yan.
Hindi totoo. Gawa-gawa lang ng isipan mo, ng judgmental thoughts mo. Okay? So meditation can help a lot to manage that. And it can make our burdens lighter.
Yeah. And going back to the other dimensions.
So, from the spiritual, we go down to the mental level, no?
Oh, yan
The
yung
mental
pinaka-sensitive
dimension.
topic right now.
The mental level, the mental dimension of holistic wellness refers to our belief system, how we look at the world, our perspective about life, how we look at ourselves, how we judge people, how our thoughts are forming. At lahat ng ito ay nanggagaling, kung tatanungin na saan ang origin ng mga programming na yan, when we were growing up, kung paano ka pinalaki ng mga magulang mo,
Ako, I
background,
agree, 100%.
okay, ng education mo, ng religion mo, lahat yan nabubuo as you're growing up. Ngayon na ano ka na, so lahat ng mga core belief system mo, nandoon yan. Doon yan nanggagaling.
Yeah.
No?
Kasi 'di ba, family is the basic society.
Yes.
Sila yung unang-una talaga natin na pinakikisamahan, you know. And then as we go to school, doon pa lang naman nagkakaroon ng medyo influencing outside world. But while we're growing up, it's really our family,
Yung
immediate
nga rin
family.
sinasabi natin, charity begins at
At home,
So
exactly.
almost all of the things, yung rituals natin, yung mga activities, yung rhythm of our lives, are taught, yung socialization begins at home. Our parents teach us, our brothers and sisters teach us, and then when we get out of the house, yun.
Tsaka
yung
ano na
mga
lang yan, teacher,
influences.
katropang Bobby, no? Kumbaga yung matututunan natin sa school is just an additional. It's like a polishing of things that we have already in our system. But it's not something na yun kagad na, kasi nag-aral siya sa ganito, kaya siya ganun. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think our parents are really the most influential people.
They are our
including
first
siblings.
teachers.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it would be good if teachers also reinforce good values and good
Yeah.
practices
To support.
to support kung ano yung ano, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Vice versa. There should be common values between the teachers and also the parents, or common belief systems. When we say belief systems, it doesn't necessarily mean we are to religion. It could be different religions, but yung belief natin na okay, when we are in trouble, when we are having these problems, this is how we attack or approach
Yeah.
the situation. Hindi na parang kung ganito yung mangyayari, eto yung attack natin na sabi nga natin, violence begets violence.
Yeah.
Yung negative thoughts also beget negative thoughts.
Agree.
At malaking portion dyan ay yung pagtingin mo sa sarili mo. No? I'll give you a classic example. For example, if you are a person who would like to live a prosperous life, no, abundant life, but then you have a basic belief system that says, or internal programming that says, money is the root of all evil. For example.
It's not money that's the root
Okay.
of all evil. It's the love of money.
Right. But there are a lot of people nowadays still believe that money, it's a sweeping statement. Money is the root of all evil. If you are a person who has that belief, hindi ka talaga kikita ng marami at hindi ka talaga lalago sa buhay mo kasi pag nagkakapera ka, mayroon kang guilt
May mararamdaman.
na, ay hindi ako
Not
pwedeng
sense of
magkapera kasi
security.
pag mapera ako, magiging evil ako.
Instead of thinking na
So
it's
it
a
works
positive work.
it counters your desire to be abundant, to be prosperous. Okay, just an example. No. At marami pang iba maski sa ating kultura, marami pang iba.
Now, time check lang tayo, Miss Joy.
Okay.
We have about 5 more minutes before
Yeah.
we end the segment because we have 2 more segments to go.
Yeah.
So, we will now go to the next
All right.
The
dimension.
third.
Sige. Now, from the mental, we go down to the emotional dimension. It refers, of course, self-explanatory. It refers to our emotions. How to manage our emotions. Dito ko ibibigay yung sample na nakikita na sinabi ko kanina. So, there are 5 negative emotions. Okay? So, ano yon? Anger, loneliness or sadness, worries, anxieties, fear. Okay. Now, usually, ang dami nating ginagawa, mga supplements o mga gamot dyan para kumalma tayo. Pwede nating itap ang ating body to relieve ourselves from negative emotions. So, meron tayong 5 mga daliri. Okay? Yung thumb natin is connected to our tummy, the stomach. At kapag tayo na anxious, nababalisa, kinakabagan tayo at hindi tayo natutunawan. Okay? And so, to relieve ourselves and to manage anxiety and other emotions that makes us anxious or nababalisa tayo, press the side of the thumb.
This can actually be done in schools also, no? So we're hitting 2
And
birds
then
in one
massage
stone at the
inward,
moment.
papunta sa'yo. Okay?
Ah.
And mentally,
Teka muna. Inward, pag ano.
Inward.
pag ganun, papunta sa'yo, inward. Inward.
So it has to be,
Inward.
like from the outer
Counterclockwise.
to inner.
Oh, so ganon.
No, counterclockwise. Papunta sa iyo.
Papunta sa akin.
Yes, papunta sa iyo. Ayan.
Okay, sige.
So from right to left.
Uh-huh.
Yan. So squeeze the side and then massage inward motion to relieve you of anxiety. Okay, so thumb, worry, okay? And stomach or tummy. Index finger. The index finger is connects with our lungs.
Oh.
Okay?
Mga-
And the lung is affected by the emotion of sadness, loneliness. Example, no? Press the side of the index finger, massage inward motion. Okay? Mentally and emotionally connect to your issue related to sadness, and then do the pressing and then massaging. Middle finger. The middle finger connects with the heart. Okay? And the heart is affected by emotions of jealousy. And
So it's the
Listen.
middle finger that
Middle-
is connected to the heart.
yeah.
Because the common belief before is that it's
The
actually the this is the pinky.
So, the ano pala,
The ring
ring
finger.
finger, sorry.
Kasi that's also the very reason why the
Dito daw
Westerners,
yung yung
the
band.
Westerners would put the wedding band here because it's
Yeah.
directly connected to
The heart.
daw.
I don't know that. Ano na.
Western belief
Yeah,
system
yeah.
yan.
But this is another school of thought.
Yes.
So heart, jealousy,
Kaya ako, tignan mo, oh.
ano, or irritations, or yung mga, or yung strong emotions of joy na unhealthy.
Yeah.
Okay? Kasi
So, dito
hindi
yan.
rin sobrang galak at happiness kasi maha-heart attack.
Yeah.
Okay? So press the side of the middle finger and then massage inward motion. Always
Okay.
inward motion. The sides and then inward motion. Ring finger. The ring finger connects with the liver. Okay? And the liver is affected by the emotion of anger. Pag nagagalit ka, especially unforgiveness, meron kang hindi pinatawad na
Oh
tao
my
sa
God.
mahabang panahon. Okay? Ibig sabihin, nagkakarga ka ng galit sa loob mo. Okay? Ang unang-unang internal organ na maapektuhan ay ang atay, hindi ang puso. Okay. So, squeeze the side of the ring finger and then massage inward motion. Take a deep breath and then release.
So kung meron tayong kitang for the longest time enemy natin.
Pero hawakan nyo na kagad yung ano na yun, yung ring finger nyo.
Kasi kawawa ang atay natin.
Yeah.
Now, the pinky
Lastly-
finger is connected to our kidneys. And the kidneys are affected by the emotions of fear. Kaya meron tayong expression na naihi ako sa takot. Naihi ako sa takot. Okay? So, kasi yung adrenal glands, overstimulated yun. Detention tayo. So, fear. Marami tayong fear. Ang dami-dami. So, press the side of the little finger and then massage inward motion. Okay? Take a deep breath to relieve
So,
yourself.
kailangan laging may breathing when you're doing that exercise
Yes.
for it to be effective. It's just like the breathing is the form of releasing, right?
So, those 5, I repeat, worry, sadness,
Heart.
this is jealousy, jealousy,
So,
okay,
yeah.
and anger and fear. Okay.
Yung pala siyang ano niya. Okay.
So, yon. Then take a deep breath. So that's how you manage using your 5 fingers the negative emotions in the body.
And for the last dimension,
Yes.
And finally, physical. Kung ano ang nangyayari, imbalance sa spiritual, imbalance sa emotional, imbalance sa mental, nagpapakita sa katawan.
and of course, like teachers sabi nga nila, we always have to balance all of, the dimensions. Kasi if not, we'll end up really sick.
Yes.
And
Right.
marami talaga tayong mga hindi na gagamot ng siyensa because it's really coming within us.
And as we all the time say, a dose of an ounce of prevention is very much better compared to a pound of
Of
cure.
cure.
So all of these things na later on na nagiging uncontrollable na, it all started with something very much lesser than it
Yeah.
is or it was, and it could have been prevented.
Exactly.
Because every illness has an emotional aspect, has a mental aspect. Doon dadaan yon. Now, in regards to physical, of course, alam na natin how to take care of the physical. Matulog kang maigi. Mag-rest ka. Meron kang recreation time. Kumain ka ng
Tama.
mga masustansyang pagkain. Give yourself a break.
And because, you know, like we have a very limited time, lalo na pag ganitong kainit yung topic natin, once again, you know, like, Katropang J, thank you for being with us. And I'm sure maraming mga listeners natin ang natutunan yung mga bagay na napaka-importante in terms of the dimension of the holistic wellness. And before we actually end Katropang Bobby, we would like to give you like the chance, you know, like to invite our listeners if you have any activities or
Okay,
programs.
I hold weekly meditation practice in Quezon City. Every Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Nandun po ako sa Theosophical Society sa First Iba Street, Corner Florentino, sa Welcome Rotonda sa likod ng SMDC. That's Tuesday, 6 to 8 p.m. Pag Friday naman, nandun ako sa San Calpa Yoga Studio, sa Esteban Abada, Loyola Heights, malapit sa Ateneo.
I've heard of San Calpa.
Yeah, San Calpa Studio. Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. Pag Thursday naman, meron din ako sa ABS-CBN, sa Conference A, formerly 13th floor ng ABS-CBN, 5:30 to 7:30 pag Thursday.
And your message to teachers and students.
Yes.
All right, for teachers and students, take care of yourself, not only on the physical, take care of your spiritual life, cultivate spiritual practices, take care of your thoughts, toxic thoughts, and relieve yourself of negative emotions.
Thank you very much, Katropang
Thank you
J.
so much.
Maraming
you
salamat
know.
po.
And we indeed learned a lot of things from Katropang J. Harliolne Batoon. Do you plan to visit some of his future
No,
activities?
actually, I've always been invited. Unfortunately, medyo nagiging tight lang every time, no? But for this, you know, like coming months, tara, let's go sa lahat ng mga teachers, lahat ng mga katropa natin na possible na mag-join sa atin, diba? I
Yes.
think we need this certain
Yes.
type of balance in our
I
life.
agree. Para din, we will be able to calm our minds,
Oo.
gain spirituality,
Importante.
and also clarity of mind as well.
Para din ma-import natin sa
Yes.
estudyante natin, sa mga tinuturuan at mga training natin. So I hope marami po kayong natutunan sa ating segment ngayon here in the University Extra Extra. Hanggang sa next month po.
Thank you very much, Miss Joy. And now we will go to our next segment, which is Teaching Stamps. Again, stamps stands for strategies, techniques, approaches, methods and methodologies, philosophies and principles, and of course, styles. And here with us is Katropang Portia. Hello, Katropang Portia.
Hello, Katropang Bobby and Katropang Joy. So, well, again, thank you for having me. This is Portia Ebel for Teaching Stamps, where we invite our fellow educators, of course, to share their practices, best practices, strategies, and techniques. And for today, we have a very interesting topic, medyo controversial na topic. So, binubuhay natin siya ulit ngayon. Dahil ito ay mga strategiya sa pagtuturo ng komunikasyon sa akademikong Pilipino. So, alam naman natin na ang Filipino subject ngayon, nakikita ng iba na parang hindi na siya mahalaga. Kasi tinatanggal na siya sa curriculum ng college, pinag-iisipan.
Actually, no, Katropang Portia, medyo yan, debate na yan. Kasi in elementary, instead of English ang kanilang pinapa-tutor, nowadays, Filipino subjects.
Tama.
Diba? Parang medyo as a Filipino, parang ano ba yun? Tayo lang ata ang nagkakaroon ng gano'n. Kasi talagang hirap na hirap yung mga estudyante na mga bata. Kasi nga, the parents are inculcating, you know, like the usage of the foreign languages in their houses. And then nakakalimutan na yung yung pagkatagalog.
Pero kasi yun, may connotation sila na ang Filipino ay madali lang na subject. Kaya ang English ang mas kailangan nating pagtuunan ng pansin. So, here with me today is a college friend of mine and an alumni also of Arellano University, currently taking her master's in National Teachers College. Also, she's been working in University of Makati, or Higher School of UMac, for almost 4 years. And she handled a language and Filipino subject. So, Miss Cheryl S. Barrios.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon po sa lahat po ng nakikinig at nanonood po.
Yes. Okay, so para din simulan, of course, Miss Cheryl, katrapan Cheryl, mali mo ba ipaliwanag sa amin kung ano ang komunikasyon at gaano ito kahalaga sa ating mga mag-aral ngayon?
Okay po. Ang komunikasyon po kasi, Sir and Ma'am Portia, malawak po yan na dapat nating intindihin at dapat nating isabuhay sa araw-araw. Kasi parte na po natin ang buhay yan eh. Halos pagising pa lamang po sa umaga, nakikipag-communicate na po tayo. Nagkakaroon na po tayo ng pagkakataong magkaunawaan at the same time, nandun na po yung ugnayan natin sa bawat isa. Na kung maraming kahulugan ang dapat nating i-consider as a communication. Yung komunikasyon, dito po tayo nagkakaintindihan, ginagamit po natin to dahil ito ay isa pong ating wika. Okay. And then, minsan din po kapag tayo, halimbawa na lang po, nakikipag-usap tayo sa formal man o informal na gawain, nandoon na rin po yung komunikasyon. And then, napapalawak natin ito sa pamamagitan ng mga nakukuha nating impormasyon, hindi lang sa pakikipag-usap, okay, bagkos sa pakikipag-talakayan, okay, nagkakaroon din tayo ng dagdag kaalaman sa mga nakikita natin, hindi lang sa napapanood natin, syempre yung mga nangyayari dito sa atin, okay, na nakapaligid sa atin, lahat po may komunikasyon po.
Katrapan Cheryl, kasi alam natin na ang komunikasyon mahalaga nga. Sa pagkakaalam ko din, meron tayong 5 or 4 na kasanayan, which is pakikinig, pagbabasa, pagsulat, panonood, at pagpapahayag o pagsasalita. Sa araw na ito, ay i-focus natin yung, since marami siya, ang strategiya natin ay sa pagsulat.
Okay.
Kasi mas expert si Miss Cheryl sa pagsulat. Ano yung may sasuggest mo sa ating mga tagapakinig na mga stratehiyang magagamit nila sa pagturo nila ng komunikasyon sa akademikong Filipino?
Okay, yun nga po din yung sabi nyo kanina po na parang nawawala na po sa atin ang Filipino, na sana naman po bigyan din ito ng pansin or bigyan din natin ito ng magandang solusyon na kung tatanggalin ba natin ito sa curriculum ng kolehiyo or hindi na po. Kasi masyadong napaka-importante po ito. Para sa akin po kasi, ang pagsulat ay nandiyan na po. Okay. Magmula pa po nung nasa elementarya tayo hanggang makarating tayo dito, hanggang ngayon na po sa kasalukuyan, nandiyan na rin po ang pagsulat. Okay. So ano ba ang pagsulat? Bilang isang estudyante, nagkakaroon siya ng pagkakataong maisulat ang lahat ng kanyang nararanasan, ang lahat ng kanyang nakikita, ang lahat ng kanyang naririnig, at ang lahat ng kanyang napapanood sa television man. Okay. So ang pagsulat, ito po yung karunungan or isang kasanayan ng isang estudyante na nakikitaan natin ng pagkatuto sa pagsulat. Okay. So, ano ba yung mga
dapat
tandaan kapag kayo ay nagsulat? Ma'am, nung nasa elementary pa po tayo, nandiyan na po yung mga team writing, okay, nandiyan yung mga kaguruan natin o magsulat ng naranasan o magsulat ng mga nangyayari, yung mga journal or yung mga diary po natin. So, dapat nating tandaan, ang una-una po, kung nasa kasalukuyan po tayo dito, kasi kumbaga ang handle ko po ngayon is senior high school. Unang-una, kailangan po natin ng paksa or ng idea. Paano po natin ito malalaman? Bilang isang estudyante, kailangan po magkaroon ng impormasyon. Okay. Magkalap siya ng mga impormasyon na magkakaroon ng idea kung ano ang kanyang susulatin. Kung ito ba ay isang informatibo. Okay. Alam naman po natin kung ano bang ibig sabihin ng informatibo. Kung sa English ay informative. Okay, may mga purpose po tayo dyan. And then, after that, kapag nalaman na po ng isang estudyante ang kanyang paksa or ang kanyang idea, nandiyan na po ang tinatawag nating pre-writing. Okay, na kung saan nasusulat po natin or nasusulat ng isang estudyante kung ano yung kanyang mga kailangan gawin, kung ano yung kailangan nakabase doon sa kanyang paksa. Okay. Kung saan po siya naka-focus, doon lamang po. Wag na po dapat tayong mag-jump sa isang paksa or sa isang idea. Kasi minsan, ang mga bata, madaming mga madaming mga naiisip yan. Lalong-lalo na kapag talagang may eager siya sa sarili niya na makapagsulat. Kasi achievement din po sa atin yon bilang isang guro, achievement din po sa atin ay ng mga estudyante sa kanilang sarili dahil malay nyo po in the near future magagamit din po nila yan or mailalathala kumbaga sa English term natin or Tagalog term natin. Okay.
Filipino.
Opo.
There's a difference between Tagalog and Filipino. And our subject is Filipino, which is now an amalgam of the Filipino languages. So yung base natin, yung grammar natin is ang Tagalog. Kaya lang we also borrow other terms coming from the different languages, not only within the Philippines but even Espanol at English. Okay. Now, we have about one more minute before we shift to our next segment. It's very interesting na pag-usapan yung issue na nga na matatanggal ba sa kolehiyo or hindi. But I think one of the things that teachers and educators and even mga school officials should ensure is that yung teaching ng Filipino is really given the same respect, the same value as the other languages. Kasi ang nangyayari is that dahil Filipino naman, everybody understands the language, so parang it's neglected na.
Pero I think, Katropang Bobby, as we have to remind what our national hero once said, ang hindi magmahal sa sariling wika ay higit pa sa isang
That's true. But we have to also remember that each of us here in the Philippines have different languages. For example, in my case, languages. Because one language can have multiple dialects. Like, in our case, we speak Bisaya, but Bisaya has different variations. The variations is what you call the dialect. So Tagalog, for example, here in Manila, it has one version of Tagalog. You go down south, sa Batangas, sa Cavite, sa Quezon, yun yung mga dialects. Dialect of Tagalog. So we also have dialects of Bisaya, which has its own variation. Yes. So for example, again, kung pag-uusapan na naman natin to, medyo mahaba. Yun na nga, sa Cebu, they don't pronounce the letter L. So instead of saying kalo, they say kao. Salog, they say saog. And then if you go also to, let's say, Surigao, and maybe in Bohol or Siquijor, they change the L to Y. So in Surigao, instead of saying balay, they say bayay, and then their Y becomes J. So instead of saying bayi, which is babae in Bisaya, they say baji. So those are what you call as dialectal differences. Anyway, parting words. Messages to our listeners.
Okay po, sa mga katropa po natin dyan, sa mga nakikinig or na nakakapanood po sa atin, ito lamang po ang pinaka mahalagang kailangan dapat nating isa puso. Okay, ang pagkakaroon po natin ng pakikipagkomunikasyon. At sana po, hindi naman po natin ito pwedeng maiwala dahil nakagawian na po natin ito at nakasanayan na po natin ito. Ang sabi nga po ni Sir, lahat po tayo nandiyan na po parte na po ng buhay natin yan. Andyan po yung connection po natin dyan na sana po magkaroon po tayo ng pagkakaisa.
Thank you very much. Now, before we proceed to our next segment, I would like to thank some of my friends who are watching us right now, not only here within the Philippines, but also from the different parts of the world. I'm very happy. At least two of my students are watching us right now. Si Mark Burda, who is, I think, in Mindanao, or I'm not sure if he's abroad right now. But I have another former student who is in the Middle East right now, si Julius Garcia. Julius, thank you very much for watching us here at DWDD Katropa Radio. You're watching the voice of the teachers. Thank you very much na you still keep in touch with me even after how many years na nag-graduate na siya. Yeah, years na hindi kami nagkita because he went to the Middle East.
Nakakatouch yan.
Yes.
As a teacher.
Very inspiring.
Instructor,
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so we are now going to be debuting our latest segment host for the segment School Leaders in Action or SIL. So we now give you ang ating latest katropang Janice. Take it
Hi.
away.
Good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon mga katropa. Ikinararangal ko po ang aking kauna-unahang segment. Kasama po kayo. Medyo nagkaroon lang ng ilang delays. Pero ngayong afternoon tayo po ay maswerte sapagkat kasama ko po at naimbitahan ko po ang isa sa mga kasama ko sa Maynila, magaling na master teacher, batang-bata, dalubguro ng Plaridel Elementary School. Ang tatalakayin po ngayong hapon ay ang isa sa mga problema natin, non-readers. Alam naman natin na sa panahon ngayon, ang daming balita about non-readers, ang dami nakakaakyat ng junior high, ng senior high without the knowledge or without the skills of reading. And this time, we are going to tackle is teaching reading only the sole responsibility of the teachers? How about the parents? And today, I'm very proud to present to you my good friend, Mary Joyce N. Alfon, Master Teacher to Plaridel Elementary School. Hi, ma'am.
Hello po, magandang hapon po.
Sa inyo pong paaralan, ma'am, sa kanilang paaralan, ma'am and sir, sila po yung nagkaroon ng program entitled Project RIP. Ma'am, can you tell us all about the Project RIP?
So Project RIP po, it's an acronym for Reading Enhancement to Achieve Progress in Reading. So basically po, we launched the project for the grade 3 pupils po. Yun po yung napila since I'm the master teacher in grade 3. So ako po yung naging focal person po ng aking principal. Actually po kasi ito po ay foundational course for the school heads. So it is an application project para po sa mga school heads. So tinry po yung program and ayun po, for 1 year po, naging maganda naman po ang aming pong program and naging effective po. And last year po, we downloaded the program to grade 2 pupils na po. So na-validate po at na-evaluate po siya ng National Capital Region monitoring team and mabuti naman po at naipasa po yung aming program at na-benchmark na rin po siya into other division po.
So, ma'am, what is the salient point of your program? According to the title, it is Teacher, Nanay Ko, Guru Ko. Ano po ang parting ginagampanan ng nanay?
So, parental involvement po talaga. So, sa aming pong eskwelahan po, marami po kaming mga parent na active. So, instead of just going to school po and pumunta po sila dun sa school and magstay. So, nagkaroon po kami ng training for them para po sa pagtuturo ng pagbabasa sa mga non-readers po namin. So, nagkaroon po kami ng partnership with the teachers and with the parents po and naging successful po yung mga trainings po namin and eventually po yung mga parents na po ang naging teacher ng reading ng mga bata po ng non-readers sa aming eskwelahan.
So as of now, ma'am, kamusta po ang kalagayan ng mga nag-recipient, the first recipient of the program? How are they doing now inside the classroom?
So we kept track of them po, yung kanila pong reading progress and now po, kasi po, hindi naman po siya ganun ka-ambitious. So ang naging objective lang po namin is kasi pumunta po yung bata sa amin nang wala talagang alam. So at least po kahit papano may magawa po kami na tulong sa mga bata. So ngayon po, natutuwa po kami na yung mga bata po, they were able to read. So slowly with comprehension po and mabuti po at nagkaroon po naman ng effectivity yung ating pong program at naging mambabasa na po yung ating mga estudyante.
Actually, mga katropa, yung ganitong programa sa mga paaralan sa public school, naka-anchor kasi ito sa ilang mga programa ng DepEd mismo. Katulad po ng Project E-Carp or Every Child a Reading Program. So, inaasahan po kasi ng DepEd na ang batang nasa ikatlong baitang would be a reader after the 3rd grade.
Yes.
So, vital po yung ginagampanan na parte ng mga magulang. Most definitely kasi sila yung nasa bahay. How many hours lang tayo, ma'am, sa school? 6 hours. After 6 hours, kapag wala pong follow-up, talagang namamatay na yung teacher, namamatay na yung turo. Kamusta naman, ma'am, yung mga parents natin? Ano ang nagre-response sila sa program?
So masaya po kami because we ask for feedback from the parents and nagpapasalamat din naman po sila at nagkaroon po ng ganitong programa kasi nga po gusto rin naman po nila na maging mambabasa po yung mga anak natin bago po pumunta sa susunod na level. So, ang nakita ko po na magandang feedback is naging focus and involved po yung mga magulang po natin sa pagbabasa. Hindi na po actually sa pagbabasa, sa pagkatuto po ng bata.
Actually, kasi magkaiba yung reading plus reading with comprehension. And one of the most how can we say, pinakamatinding problema po namin ngayon sa public school system would be the non-readers. So if we could only eradicate or at least lessen the number of the non-readers, maybe we could have a better future or a brighter future ahead of us. Kasi without reading, wala pong mangyayari. And only if kung lahat ng bata ay readers, lahat talaga ay madaling matuto, di ba, ma'am?
We have less than 2 minutes before the end of our show. I would just like to ask Ms. Alfon, na what remedial courses of action can the school do, or maybe even the school administrators can do, when you have parents who are not present in their homes? Kasi karamihan ng mga parents natin nagtatrabaho. Uuwi, medyo pagod na at hindi na nabibigyan ng panahon yung mga anak nila. So they could not do this activity na REAP. So what are the remedial courses of action na pwedeng magawa or pwedeng maitulong ng mga administrators natin and even the teachers?
Actually po, hindi po naman talaga 100% po na present yung mga parents natin. So, what we do po, kami pong mga teachers, naka-assist po talaga kami. So, kami po yung pumapalit po talaga para po mag-conduct ng remedial reading dun sa mga bata.
Now, since our program, our segment is School Leaders in Action, matanong ko lang, aside from the teachers, the subject teachers who are teaching the REAP program, what is the role of the master teachers, of the principals, of the curriculum level coordinators sa pag-implement ng programang ito?
Dito po, they see to it that the materials that we use are developmentally appropriate for our children. So, actually po, nagkaroon po ng ang mga teachers po namin, master teachers, school heads, and school teacher leaders, nagkaroon po kami ng parang session to create instructional materials which are developmentally appropriate po talaga sa mga bata. Kasi po maraming downloadable ngayon, hindi po natin pwedeng basta gamitin na lang. So,
enough budget ba?
Yes po, budgeted po.
Very good, very good. So our last words from Ms. Alfon before we go.
So I just want to thank my principal po for this activity, for this program. Siya po yung proponent talaga. So ako po yung naging focal person lamang. At salamat po at na-launch po ito sa school namin. And thankful din po ako dahil nagamit din po siya sa Division of Makati na ngayon po ay ongoing din po yung program namin. So gradually po may magagawa po tayo. Hindi man po ganun kabilis yung effect, pero later on makikita po natin yung return of investment ng lahat ng efforts natin.
Ms. Alfon, thank you very much. And of course, Katropang Janice, congratulations on your first episode.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Hope to see you again on the next Sunday, second Sunday of next month.
And in behalf of Dr. Ray Samson, this is your host, Bobby Ancheta.
And Joy Castillo Pasides.
And Janice Gigante.
And we are the voice of the teachers.
Ito ang DWD, 1134 kHz. Balita, impormasyon at musika. AM at FM pinagsama. Ito ang Katropa Radio. Iba tayo.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa 1134 kHz. DWD Katropa Radio. Iba tayo. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas.